Hi folks, Simon here. Welcome to our next Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening episode, and today we're taking on our first dungeon. So I'm looking forward to this. I've actually done a little bit of research. I think I know where we're going. Should be able to get this done first time and actually get everything that we need to do. Now, one thing to note is that we can't do everything in this dungeon on our first visit, but everything that can be done will be done. So if you follow along with my guide, you shouldn't miss out on anything. Oh yeah, here we go. We've got the dungeon just over here towards the south of the village. And as you can see, this is beautiful keyhole, which is the perfect size for that beautiful key we found in the first episode. So let's go ahead and stick it in there. And that will give us access to the Tail Cave. Although, if you haven't checked out the last episode I did, make sure you do so, because we covered a lot of optional content in this village, including some nice items and stuff. We also now have 4 hearts instead of 3, which is going to come invaluable in this dungeon because there's enemies and traps galore. So here we are, the Tail Cave. Now, we can start by going left or up. We're going to go left. These enemies you can't actually kill because of their shells normally, but you can knock them off the edge, fortunately. And doing so will give us access to our first dungeon key. Now, these silver keys are temporary keys. Once you've used them, they disappear. But they are required to access around the dungeon. Now, if we open up the dungeon map, you can see there's not a whole lot to see right now. Just the room we came into and then the main entrance area. But we'll be able to see the whole map soon, thanks to some other items. So let's kill the green slimes. You get fired at with these, well, fireballs to dodge those, but they stop firing once the enemies are defeated. And we'll access the chest for the important compass item. Now, what the compass does, it doesn't reveal the map, but it does reveal where all the treasures in the dungeon are located on the map. So you can see they're now all present and accounted for. We also get this purple face icon up here, which looks quite ominous. This is the location of the dungeon boss. So we'll be making our way over there soon, but we can't access it yet. That'll be a little bit later on. For now, we're going to head back over to the start of the dungeon. The place where we first came into, the room. And this time we're going to head north. And there's a couple of enemies for us to take care of. Oh, these are a little bit annoying. These red slimes. Now, you'll notice that the compass just flashed up with a little jingle sound. That's indicative of the fact that there's a key in this room somehow for us to find somewhere. So, once we've killed the enemies, we're going to step on this platform, which is actually a button. And that will give us access to the aforementioned key in a treasure chest. Ta-da! So every time that compass sparkles up in the top right, we know that there is a key to be found. Okay, next up we're going to head over to the right hand side. You can see that there's a strange door ahead of us, some bat enemies which are fairly simple to kill, and some annoying skeletons which avoid our weapon here by jumping backwards. The way we take care of those is either by cornering them, or, if this guy will let me show you, we can knock them into the pit by just allowing themselves to jump back into it. Just like that. Now, after killing all the enemies, once again, we get access to our next treasure chest. This one contains the all-important map. Now, if we open the map, we can see that we have access to the whole lot. However, it's greyed out aside from the rooms that we've already explored, so we can differentiate between rooms we've been in and rooms we still need to visit. Now, this interesting door here is a one-way door, which means that we can access the next room by it, but we can't go back to the previous room through it. Hey, we're trapped. But that's fine. We're exactly where we need to be. So try and corner the skeleton here in this corner. That will allow us to take care of him. And now we're going to make our way through this right door. This room's quite big, but we'll be exploring it in a few moments' time. For now, let's just head over here, using one of our collected keys. Now, watch the sparkles here. They do traverse pretty much over all areas of the floor. Even right in the doorway there, which is annoying. So, kill this guy, knock him off, do whatever. Oh, no. Let me get my rupees. Yeah. And then we're going to head north. Now, these strange enemies here need to be killed with all of their card symbols matching. So, as you can see, they're not matching. We need to try that again. Doesn't matter what the card symbol is. In this case, it's a spade, as long as they're all the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, missed it. 2, 3, 4. Got it. And the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just watch out, because they do damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, missed it. 2, 3, 4. Got it. There we go. Once they're all matching, you'll get a special secret item that I believe you can get in every dungeon. And it's called a stone beak. Now, it says that it fits into a statue. And lo and behold, there's an owl over there that seems to be missing its beak. So what this will do is actually give hints that will help us in the particular dungeon that we're running through. So the hint here is that we can turn aside spined enemies with our shield. That's going to come in useful to know later on. For now though, we're going to backtrack to that previous room. That's the larger room that we never explored. And this time we're going to start making our way through. Watch out for those sparkles. But we do want to kill this enemy, because that will at least give us access to the treasure chest. Be very careful about your health actually. Pay special attention to, because if you do die, you do have to start again. The whole dungeon. So hopefully some of these enemies will give us some hearts in due course. Come here, little fella. Ah. He doesn't want to come close to us, does he? There we go. Right, so we'll grab the treasure. This one contains another key. We'll grab the rupees. And then we'll head over to the left. We're not going down south yet. Now, you'll see over to the left-hand side, where that wiggly worm enemy is, there's a weakness in the wall. We can actually access that, but not until later on. So that'll take us into a secret part of the dungeon. I said we can't access everything immediately. And that's one of the areas we can't yet access. But we do need to kill this enemy. The heart will come in useful, but also it drops a treasure chest. Well, I say we need to kill it. That treasure chest is completely optional, in fact, so we don't need to. But if we want all the treasures, then we do. 20 rupees. Oh, the joy of it. We're now going to begin, or carry on rather, by heading north. Now, watch out for this spiky thing over on the left-hand side. That's actually a trap. We can get past it by allowing it to spawn across, and then when it's moving back slowly, we can get past. But this is also a great opportunity to introduce us to these moving blocks here. You might not even have noticed these are moving blocks, but indeed Link can move them. And there we can block the trap altogether. Just be careful when you come back into this room. The block would have reset and you'll need to dodge the trap again. Right, in this area we need to traverse across the blocks for sparks and the enemies. So do so carefully. Obviously we don't want to get sparked to death, as I almost just did then. And we can see there's an owl over here, which should give us another hint. This one to tell us that if there's a door we can't open, move a square block. Indeed, we can do just that. Move a square block, and the door we couldn't open has now opened. Ah, spiked enemies. Just like the ones the owl warned us about, telling us that we can use our shield to knock them over. Once we've killed both of those enemies, there's another staircase. Incidentally, there's also another owl in this room, but I'm not going to use that one. If you really want to, it won't cost you anything. Go ahead and see why I didn't bother. Right, now we've got Mario Goombas. And just like normal Mario Goombas, we can jump on them in order to defeat them. Or we can use our sword. Whichever you prefer. Oh, this is a proper platforming section. I'm loving this. Whee! Right, we're back to full health again. Let's head out on the other side of the room. And what's this? There's an item up here, but we can't reach it. Well, it's almost like we need to jump. And we can't jump. I wonder what we're going to unlock next. Let's keep moving, shall we? Now, watch out for these spike traps, because there's no way to put blocks in to avoid them this time. We just need to let them trigger and then move when they're moving slowly. Go, go, go. Ah, wouldn't you know it? A feather. Feels like our body's a lot lighter. Now, in order to use this feather, which of course allows us to jump, we actually need to equip it as an item. So, we're going to go over to the feather and add it to a hotkey. This time I'm going to add it to the Y button. It's an infinite item, so we can use it as often as we want. Oh dear. I did not mean to do that. Oh well, at least we've got these 3 hearts, which we don't really need. But, hey, it's a good example as to how to use this jump ability. Which isn't just useful for getting items that are out of reach. We're also going to be able to use it to jump over traps and everything else as well. such as empty spaces in the floor, pits and the like. Pretty cool, eh? Right, so back into the previous room. You can kill the spiked enemies if you want to. There's no real need to. Now, you can traverse back the original way that we came, or you can use your new jump button to make your way into the previous area here. Now, watch out for the spike trap because we can't block it from this side. And we're going to make our way over to the right-hand side. Okay, so we don't need to kill these enemies if we don't want to, because we've already got the items from them. I'm just going to kill these bats in case they get in our way a little bit when we're going north. Right, corner this guy. Kill him for fun, might drop something. A buff. Right, so we're going to head up now to the upper section of this right-hand side. Get rid of this guy, of which our buff will not help us at all. Jump over this gap, which we couldn't do previously. And use our remaining key to access the stairs here. Now, there's a treasure chest here that's sparking the compass up, which means that we know there's going to be a key inside. But this is no ordinary key. As you can see, it's quite ornate. This is known as a nightmare key. And what a nightmare key does is allow you to access a dungeon's boss room. So we do need to find the nightmare key in a dungeon before we can complete the dungeon. So we've gone ahead and done that now. I'm just going to save here. I don't know if loading loads us right at the start of the dungeon or where exactly we save. I don't want to test it out. Maybe somebody in the comments could point that out to me if you know the answer. Well, we're going to go back into the secret room where we got the beak earlier on, or at least the part before that. And as you can see, we're going to be able to jump across the gap in the floor now. And access the room on the right hand side. But just be careful, you might want to make sure you've got as much heart as possible before you head across here. Because this is actually a mini boss room. Which is a little bit tricky if you're not expecting it. So let's see how we get on. You're going to have to make use of that jump command. And then as soon as you jump over, try and get a few slashes in. This mini boss takes 8 hits in order to defeat. So you can get 2 hits on him, I think, every time you make your way over the spike trap that he moves. There we go. Right, so the fairy's kind of helpful. Because she heals us to full. And then we have this portal which takes us to and fro the entrance of the dungeon. And then back over to the room that we've just unlocked, I believe. Oh, is it only one way? That sounds kind of strange. I mean, what's it still there for? Anyway, let's go ahead and save a game while we're here, shall we? Because we are going to be accessing the actual boss now, not the mini-boss. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's still there. Oh no, we can use it. It is a 2-way portal. I thought it was, otherwise it wouldn't actually exist on that first floor, that first room, would it? Right, so when you're ready, we're going to head up here. Watch out for the spikes. Wait for them to move before doing anything. Right, now there is a staircase in front of us if you need to recover any hearts, but you probably don't need to because of the fairy. That said, we've just taken a little bit of damage, so maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. To heal up. We're going to explore every room. May as well show you every room. At least every room that we can see at the moment. Right, okay. I hope you guys are ready for this. We've got the nightmare key. Oh man, we took damage again. Right, watch out for the cracked floors here during this encounter. And of course the pits themselves in each corner. Right, you can jump over this boss as a little bit of a helpful tip. And the only thing we need to do is hit his tail. But watch out, because once we hit his tail, he gets very angry. And tries to just go in a frenzy all over the place. And I think he speeds up throughout the encounter as well. Not good. Yeah, every time you fall down, you have to start the encounter again. Unlike other pits where it puts you back up where you were, that's not the case here. So just remember you can jump over the boss. He's quite a nasty one, isn't he? Whee! Yeah, you stay over there, dude. Watch his eyes, because that's the direction he's going to travel in, it seems. Oh, dear. Avoid that cracked floor. He's really angry now, isn't he? Jump, 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 jump. Oh, wow, you can actually jump quite far. Right, yeah, it is quite tricky. I never actually did the boss when I was testing out this dungeon. So that was my first ever attempt. We only spawned me 3 hearts, eh? Let's see if the recovery hearts have respawned. If so, we can grab them. Although it might be worth... Yeah, no. Let's just grab them. Because the boss resets completely if you fall down the pit. So don't think you can fall down to heal up and then continue on where you left off. It doesn't work. You have to start the fight again then, unfortunately. So, obviously the first hit is simple enough. Just remember to have that jump key ready in case he gets close to you. Come here. Yeah, we got him. Oh, this is where he starts to get really angry now, doesn't he? He goes red and he's fast and he's just a complete and utter nuisance. He's a complete nutcase. As long as he's staying over that side of the room, though, I'll stay over here. Yeah, just try and keep as much distance as you can. Only this time he doesn't go back to his non-frenzied state by the looks of things. Right, I think we've done it. Okay, that boss was not too bad in the end. Just a little bit of practice to get the lay of the encounter. And I don't think we actually lost any health that time. And we get a heart container, boosting our maximum number of hearts. Lovely. We get a whole new heart for that. That's fantastic. Anyway, our main dungeon reward is up here, and it looks like a violin. It's a full moon cello. And we get a nice song. Because why not? And that brings us to the end of the first chapter of the game. So now we get a bit of a cutscene. Ah, swamp. A path opens in the blooms. Okay, alright then folks, well that seems like a good opportunity to take a break at this point, so thanks for stopping by, checking out the episode, and come back soon for more Link's Awakening. See you then.